off with, we got some new merch, so that'll be at the Melbourne 4x4 show. But yeah, welcome back to Livin4X4 Q&A edition. I haven't done this before, so we'll just see how we go. So pretty much all I've done is I've just posted a thing on Instagram. You guys have asked a whole lot of questions, a lot more than I actually thought. I think like within half an hour I had pages and pages within half an hour. So I'm not going to get to all of them, obviously. Otherwise we'll be here for way too long. But a lot of them are sort of the same. So yeah, and I'm not going to bother reading anyone's names and stuff like that because honestly I'm actually really badly dyslexic. So there's no way I'm going to get everyone's Instagram names right. So that would just be too embarrassing for me to even try and read. So, but yeah, pretty much right now, just getting ready for the Melbourne 4x4 show. We're on the stand with Fulcrum this year. So we got the 80 going in this year, which should be awesome. Really, really keen to have it there. I'm actually super pumped. But me and Nathan from Treadworks have a lot of work ahead of us in the next couple of days to get it ready because we're doing an all-new suspension in it. So that'll be the next episode after this. But yeah, I suppose we'll just get into some questions and stuff. I don't know. Haven't done one of these before, so let's see how we go. So I thought it was pretty funny. First question is, when are you building a winch truck? I'm not going to rule it out, like it's not going to ever not happen, but right now there's no way known I can afford to have any more cars than what I already have. It's just not financially suitable. I have run the numbers and I have tried to see how cheaply we could do it, and it's not like it's crazy expensive, but you're still going to be spending like at least 20 grand realistically all up. Like you got to get a car, it has to have diff locks, it has to have 24 volt, you have to have a high mount, and as soon as you go high mount and 24 volt, that's a lot of money. We're going to need a trailer, and yeah, you got to have a cage. Obviously cars don't come with cages, so you got to build them, you got to have window nets, there's a whole bunch to it, plus you got to enter the event, which costs money as well. So right now, that is not something feasibly possible for me to do, unfortunately. I would love to one day, but yeah, that's where we're at with the comp truck situation. Touring or hard tracks? What do you like more and why? I don't know. I'm 50-50 on the fence about that one. Yeah, obviously love the hard stuff, and I also love the touring stuff as well. It's just, they're completely different, but they're like it's the same sort of stuff. If I had to pick one, I'd say probably at the moment, just because I'm still a little bit young and a little bit dumb, I'd probably lean towards the harder stuff just because it's exciting. And it's just still amazes me what you can drive over and what you can actually do. So really a big fan of like all the big ruts and stuff that we've been finding at the moment, sort of picking some weird lines and whatever, and just having a bit of fun with it. But in saying that, like our trip to Morton, that was absolutely amazing. But I suppose I can't just go to Morton whenever I want. Whether if I want to, say this weekend, we could just head out to the bush and go and do some hard tracks just straight away. So maybe because with hard wheeling, we can do it more often. I suppose that's probably more realistic, I guess. So that's why I'd pick that, just because we can do it more. And it's not less expensive because you break stuff. But yeah, anyway. All right. Cape York seems to be a very popular thing. As most of you know, we had not the greatest trip when we took the 80 series up there. So we've got sort of questions like, are you planning to go again? And I like this one. If you were going to do the Cape again, would you take the Hilux or the 80? So honestly, I'd probably actually take the Hilux just because it's a touring trip at the end of the day. It is so far from home. Like we smashed it out in 5 days of driving, but it's 5 constant full days of driving for us to get up there. So it's big Ks. And honestly, the difference I've found in between the two vehicles, just long distance stuff, the Hilux is just leaps and bounds ahead. Like it's so easy to drive on the long trips, and like cruise control, climate control, like we're comfortable in that car. We'll do 10 to a 12 hour day. Driving that is nothing. Well, it's not nothing, it still takes it out of you a little bit, but it's equivalent to doing like 6 hours in the 80 series just I don't know why, it's just noisy. Yeah, you got to hang on the steering wheel more often and stuff like that. I think it's just, that's where IFS shines. It's just normal car driving sort of thing. And plus, I'd want to take the canopy and the tent because it would be gone for quite a while. And the Hilux, it copes with the weight like 10 times better. It is so much better. You put the canopy on the 80 series, it's like picking up the front wheels, it's rolling over. It's just a handful to drive. Put it on the Hilux. Like if you go from the empty tray to having the full canopy set up on the Hilux, honestly, you barely notice it at all. I don't know if it's just, I think it's just the leaf springs in the back, and like obviously we got the suspension pretty dialed on this thing. But yeah, I think just from the ease of driving up and yeah, being able to cope with the weight better, and yeah, and it would be heaps cheaper too, because yeah, the Hilux uses way less fuel than the 80 series, and from like the track itself, even though I spent half a day on it, it's not like it's really that hard to do. There is hard sections. Like honestly, I probably wouldn't take the Hilux down Palm Creek like we did with the 80 series because I actually I bent the steering box and stuff on that trip. I just didn't know at the time. So yeah, when you're that far from home, I probably wouldn't do that in the Hilux. Plus, powder coated, colour match bull bar and stuff. I don't really want to scratch it up. Whether we nosedive the 80 series in there, it's a bit different. I know every YouTuber, whatever, goes down gunshot and everything, but at the end of the day, Hilux is my nice car, so I want to keep it nice. We're not going to go drowning it in bog holes and throwing it off cliffs. So that's where we're at with that. We're planning to go back. At this stage, there is no plan to go back. Obviously, it is on the list to do. It's just one of those things, time and money and, well, it's time and money. That's literally all it is. Because I'd love to go. I'd love to tick it off because the half a day I spent up there was unreal. I absolutely loved it. I wish it ended differently, but it didn't. So that's what it is. Speaking of trips, because there was a few in here, like when are you coming up to New South Wales to do some hard wheeling and stuff? Definitely on the cards. Once again, need time off work and money to do that. But once we get the suspension done in the 80 series, that's going to solve a lot of my problems because honestly, the car's falling apart underneath. Like everything is bent, everything is flogged out. But that's all changing very, very soon. But yeah, me and Brad definitely want to go up to New South Wales and sort something out. I think it's one of those things where we've literally just got to book it in. We've got to set a date, and then that's when the cars have to be ready by. And the other one was Western Australia. Well, I'm really hoping that we can pull this off because I've got a bit of long service leave that I can take. I'm not sure what we're going to do with Samantha just yet, but we are sort of toying with the idea of maybe taking like a couple of months off and going and doing that trip, which would be absolutely fantastic. Don't know, honestly, this is like a lot of trips we do. I don't know what's actually over there. I just know that it's good. So we'll probably just go there and figure it out. The other thing I've been trying to figure out is whether to tow a trailer, like small caravan sort of set up, or just a canopy. I think at this stage we're leaning towards just the canopy, just from a money point of view, and like pretty much we're at that stage where it's like, oh, this is gonna be all weird. But say if kids came along in like 3 or 4 years time, if we have a caravan that only suits 2 people, it's sort of a waste. Then we got to sell it and buy another one. And then if you want to buy one that suits, say, like a future family or whatever, the Hilux can't really tow it either, is what I'm figuring out. It's like you've got 3.5 ton towing, but when you go with your GCM, even without the canopy, this thing could only tow 3 ton, which that's just with me in the car. That's not including Sam and more stuff and everything. And if the canopy's on, we can probably only tow 2.5 legally. So that rules out a lot of bigger vans. So I think we're probably just the idea is just the canopy, maybe switch up the setup a little bit on the inside of it, but this is all, we got to book the trip in first. So that's a very big one. So, but hopefully WA is definitely on the list. Don't know, like I said, don't know what's over there. I just know it's going to be good. And Mitch is going next year too, so I wouldn't mind meeting Mitch over there and jumping in his fishing boat, because that would be freaking awesome. Okay, what do you do for work? So, I work in like a civil construction industry. Yeah, pretty much we do all storm water repairs for councils and everything like that. So basically it's just me and another bloke. We got a truck and an excavator, go out, fix pipes, we replace pits. So there's a lot of concreting work, like concrete curbs, and we pour all our own pits. We don't get precast in or anything like that. And yeah, just drainage repairs and stuff like that, but for councils. So it's a pretty good gig. Yeah, it's a lot of hours sometimes, but yeah, I enjoy it. It's got a bit of everything. Because yeah, no days are the same, and you get to see some wild stuff that goes wrong. I've seen sinkholes that you can fit 2 or 3 cars in. I've seen sinkholes under houses. I've seen like abandoned tunnels under roads, and like the whole stormwater network. When you get into like bigger size pipes that you can like full walk down, there's the tunnel systems and stuff. They're insane. So yeah, it's some interesting stuff in that sort of industry. That sort of leads into another questions we've got, where like how long does it take you to do a video, and how do you sort of balance, I suppose, YouTube and normal work and everything. It's very difficult to be honest. So to make one episode, say it goes for like half an hour, if I'm not working stupidly late, I will spend most nights after work, like I'll just come home and work on it. Sam's amazing, she cooks dinner and everything, and make sure I don't really have to do anything else, just so I'm not too distracted. But yeah, it'll take me probably a week of editing after work and stuff, so I don't know how many hours that would be roughly. It really depends on what kind of episode it is. Like if we go out doing hard tracks, I find that a lot easier to put together, because there's not as many sort of like B-roll edit sort of sections. But if we do like a touring trip, there's a lot of B-roll, like more fancy, like scenic shots going to music and stuff like that, and that eats up a lot of time. But realistically, it's probably like 15 hours or something. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, they'd probably go anywhere between 15 to 20 hours. Or something like that. And then you're still going to do the thumbnail and stuff. Sam does all the thumbnails. At the moment, she's pretty good at all that. Like I said, I can't spell very well, so she does a lot of that. And yeah, we probably need to get a bit better at our thumbnails with taking photos, because I always try and screenshot them out of the videos, because we don't take any photos when we're going out most of the time. And then we got to render it, which takes a while. But then the upload. My internet is crap, so we can't upload videos from home, which is terrible. So Sam normally has to take it to work, or she takes it to her parents' house and uploads it. So if I've finished making the video, it normally takes us about 2 days to even get it online, because we've got to render it and then upload it, and it just sometimes it goes wrong. Like, I hate saying that a video is going to come out when it's not already uploaded, because there's a good chance it's going to stuff up with the upload, and it's all going to be ruined. So that's all that part. All right, so we got high country tracks and camps for newbies. Well, you're in luck, because honestly, if I could go back and relive the first time I went to the Victorian high country on my P plates, like that was the coolest trip we probably ever did. Just because every single thing is new, and it doesn't matter if you haven't been out there before. Everywhere you go, you're just like, whoa, this is amazing. All the views are crazy. And honestly, I've been out there. I'm not saying it's bad, but I've been out there that many times that it's not the same as when you first go there. So I feel bad saying it, but I'm used to all the views and stuff. It doesn't blow me away anymore. I still really enjoy going out there, and I do enjoy looking at the views, but it's not like, whoa, this is crazy sort of thing. So the first time you go, it's absolutely incredible. Say the first time going, you can't really go too wrong, but just the first time you go, if you do all the main ones like Billy Goats and Blue Rag, I really like Crooked River as well, just because of all the river crossings. Last time I did do that, not too long ago though, it was a bit more chopped out. So I actually had the winch going on that track, so it's a bit more chewed out. So if your car's not as set up or you're not as confident and stuff like that, maybe skip that one. But Billy Goats and Blue Rag are all pretty easy, but they are just absolutely stunning. And I mean, if you're going to go there, you go and do the most popular ones first and get that out of the way, and it's just, everything's awesome. I mean, you can't go wrong. So as for camping, if you're staying sort of like, it's really up to you, pretty much. If you want a really easy campsite to get to, that's a big campground, Talbotville is probably the best, because it's just literally just a road straight into there. You can go out of Dargo and go straight up the hill on the asphalt and then cut down a dirt road. You can tow trailers in there and small caravans and whatever. That's the easiest way. But honestly, we just drive around, and then when it gets to a certain point in time, like especially if you don't have dogs, it makes it so much easier, because you can stay wherever you want. So it gets to a point in the day where you're like, oh, I wouldn't mind finding a camp. You just drive around, take some like little side tracks or something, and they might go to like mad little campsites and views. Like, they're not on the map, there's campsites everywhere. So we don't even plan on where to camp. We just drive, and then when we're getting tired or it's getting a bit late, then we start looking. And normally within, say, half an hour or something, we've found somewhere. And it's really hard to get a bad spot out there because everywhere is pretty good. So, but yeah, I just do the main stuff. Just Billy Goats and Blue Rag. And then, yeah, there's heaps of other tracks. But like I said, if it's your first time and you're, I suppose, not very confident in four-wheel driving, or you haven't done much, at least make sure you go with someone else. The only modifications I would strongly suggest for the high country would be tyres, to be honest, because you don't want to be doing a tyre out there, and there's that much harsh rock and stuff out there. Yeah, because once you do one tyre, then you start getting nervous, because if you don't have another spare, you're kind of rooted. So, alright, what else have we got? So obviously there's a few questions about like what to go with like Adam and everyone else that used to be in it and stuff like that. Basically, so me and Adam used to do it together, obviously. We'll give you the short version. Adam lost interest in doing it, but at the same time he didn't really want to, the channel was technically under his name, like the actual physical YouTube channel, so that was his. But yeah, he didn't want to get rid of it and stuff like that. So in that time, I started up Mates on Tour. So I had to learn how to edit. I didn't even own a computer or a camera. So went out and bought a laptop, bought a camera. Samantha actually learned how to do some stuff over YouTube and then taught me how to do it. So that's how I learned how to do it. My girlfriend watches YouTube videos on how to edit videos and then tells me how to edit a video. Basically, that's how we started. And then carry on about a year's time. Finally convinced Adam to let go of the name and the channel or whatever. So yeah, it's all me now. Adam's not a part of it anymore. Mitch is, well, he's not a part of it, but Mitch is still one of my best mates. So like, you may see him once again, but Mitch lost interest for driving over stuff for no reason and breaking cars and blah blah. So Mitch's new favourite thing to do is to tow his fishing boat with an off-road trailer. He actually did the gib with his fishing boat. It's decent, like it's not a crazy big boat, it's not super flash, but it's a proper boat. So yeah, tow that across the gib and he goes fishing out in Western Australia and stuff like that. Does heaps of hunting around home and everything. Honestly, like if you just strapped a GoPro to Mitch's body, you would have probably the best YouTube channel ever with all the stuff he gets up to. So he's flat out doing that. So like that, you might see him, you might not. Who knows? He might do some stuff, but yeah, he's still around. Even had someone ask like, "Where's Tim?" Tim's busy being famous. So yeah, Tim lives, like, we're out in the Yarra Valley. On one side of the city. Tim's out in Geelong, so he's ages away. But yeah, he's doing all trips with 4-wheel drive 24/7 with Steady and stuff like that. Like, we still hang out, but it's it's not like you go, oh, we're going full driving tomorrow. Like, hey Tim, do you want to come? Because he's like 2.5 hours away. Yeah, and it doesn't really work like that. Plus, Tim's car's been broken for a while, and Tim's a busy boy. He's got his full driving everywhere. He's busy all the time. But you definitely will see Tim again. Don't worry, he's around. All right. Do you own pants? Not really, to be honest. I do, but I've got like my chainsaw chap pants or whatever, and then I've got a good pair of like going out jeans, and I got suit pants as well, and that's it. That's all I have. So the other day when I had to wear jeans to work, I don't think Samantha was too impressed that I wore my nice jeans to work, but sometimes you got to wear long longs, and that's what I had to do. So, but nah. The whole shorts thing, that probably just started when I was 18. I got my first started when I was 16. I was like doing a school-based apprenticeship, doing landscaping, and yeah, first thing they said is like, don't wear pants, like shorts are life, blah blah, all that. But honestly, like anything over like 14 degrees when you're doing physical labor, wearing pants, it's hot. So you just get used to wearing shorts. Then I hate having wet, muddy pants and stuff. So probably, yeah, since I was 16, pretty much just shorts all the time. Basically, that's where we're at with that. I do need to get some pants though for work one day. When's the 80 going on 40-inch straps? Hopefully never is the answer to that. I've barely made the 37s fit as it is. It's all stock ratios still, so the gearing doesn't love it, to be honest. But we're making do. So, and yeah, around home, like heaps of people run 37s. I'm just gonna put it all down to that's what the winch cars run. They all run 37s. So there's not really any need to go any higher because that's what everyone in that sort of scene runs and all that. There is a few guys around the area getting around on like 40s and 42s, but it's pretty rare. And yeah, like I said, 37s get you everywhere around here. I mean, you can get around on 35s down here, not really that bad. So yeah, but I would say if the winch truck scene changed in Victoria and allowed bigger tyres, like up to 40s, then it would just be like bang, everyone in the area has 40s all of a sudden. So I really hope that the winch scene just keeps it capped at 37s, because otherwise it's going to get pretty full on, because you're going to have to do some pretty serious modifications to fit some bigger wheels than that. So 37s for now. Like I said, never rule anything out, but I hope not, basically. Alright, what is your dream car? That's a very big question. So my dream car would be probably a dual cab chopped 80 series, 6-wheel drive, 37-inch traps, and like a Duramax or a Cummins or some sort of like big American diesel engine. It may as well be on portals as well. That would be my dream car. Or even like this 80 series 6-wheel drive, I reckon would be gangster. So I just like more wheels the better. How did the name Livin4X4 come about? So yeah, we had a few videos out before we even had a name, so we're trying to think of names. It was really important to me that it had, it was really important to me that it was a brand and that it wasn't like our names or like a car or some sort of thing. I wanted it to like be, if there was a sticker, or like Livin4X4 for instance, as a sticker, it's not, like that's something someone who has nothing to do with the channel or anything might just put on their car, just because Livin4X4, like it's kind of cool. But who actually thought of the name was my dad. So, because we're all sitting around, like trying to think of it, starting to get annoyed sort of thing actually, that we couldn't think of a name. And then Dad was like, why don't you just call it Livin? Because, like you just say all the time, like that's Livin, this is Livin, oh Livin, blah blah. So like, oh that's cool. Looked it up, living's already taken, so Livin4X4 was sort of the next thing. So yeah, that's how the name all came about. Go on here, what was your first car? So my first car, probably the best first car you could ever ask for, to be honest. I was so lucky with this car. We were family friends with someone that had something to do with the CFA. I can't really remember how we got onto it. But basically, I managed to, at 16 or 17 years old, get my hands on a 03 Toyota Hilux factory turbo diesel with 16,000 Ks on it. And fire truck stickers. I'll put a photo up. Yeah, it was freaking sick. Like, having the opportunity to buy a car, like, it wasn't like crazy old, but like, it's an older car, but with that low Ks on it and turbo, like factory turbo diesel for your first car, like, yeah, it was sick. And even having a four-wheel drive for your first car was pretty cool back then, so that was sick. So yeah, bought that. It wasn't meant to be going out to Toolangi and stuff like that. I just wanted something for work and to go camping at the river and stuff was my plan. So obviously that went out the window because I'll put another photo in here. This is what it turned out to be. So we had some 33-inch Cymexes, full canopy setup, had, yeah, like a twin straight through 3-inch exhaust on it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It still was pretty cool. But yeah, we took that out all the time. Like, when we were young, honestly, like back to the cockpit days, we were just at cockpit like pretty much every single weekend, or doing some form of four-wheel driving in Toolangi every single weekend. But the weight just got too much for that car, and I think I broke like 4 diffs in it and stuff like that, without even doing anything actually that crazy now that I come to think about compared to what we drive now. It was nothing like that. But yeah, the poor little car with all that weight on it wasn't good. I think it weighed like 3.5, no, like 3.4 ton or something on that poor little Hilux. So that was a lot. When I took the canopy off and stuff, it was actually a mint car to drive. So that was pretty cool. So we've got some questions like, when are you gonna do sort of like a full drive meet thing out in the bush or whatever? Probably not really sort of a thing that I would consider doing, just because I just wouldn't want anything to go wrong, or like, it's one of those things like one person could ruin it for everyone. I like going out with people that I know, so I don't know that they're dickheads, because if we invite one dickhead along, it's gonna make everyone look bad, and that's not what we want. I have had this happen once before when I was young, and we made a video like ages ago for Sam Miles. We did some filming and stuff when they had like 100 cars out in the snow, and we filmed some stuff that we probably shouldn't have and posted on the internet, and we all got in trouble. So that wasn't good. So that probably don't really want to do that. But in saying that, full backflip on what I've just said. I was talking to some guys who went to that 80 series meet thing that we're a part of a while ago, and they're talking about maybe trying to organise something again. So I was thinking about maybe trying to get in contact with a few people from back then and stuff that I know with 80 series, and maybe have like a little mini 80 series meet. But like I said, just keeping it to people that I actually kind of know on the internet or whatever, like people that I think I can trust not to be a dickhead, basically. But I think that'd be pretty cool to organise. But yeah, not gonna do some big open meet where anyone can come, just because, yeah, I don't want anything like that to happen again. It's probably the hardest question on here. If you could only pick one, would you pick the 80 or the Hilux? I'm gonna answer this weirdly, I reckon. So right now, if I had to sell one, I would probably sell the Hilux, because I don't ever want to sell the 80 series, because yeah, that was also a lot of questions. Would you sell the 80 series? No way. There is way too much money invested in that car. Like, that car has, including fixing it and like everything that I've done to it and stuff, I'm probably like down like 130 grand or something into a car like that. That's probably only worth like 25. So there is no point in me selling that ever. But in saying that, if I had nothing, if I didn't have any of these cars and I had to buy one, knowing what I know now, I would probably pick the Hilux, just because it's a reliable car. It's cheaper on fuel, it's more comfortable, it's just better at every single thing apart from driving over really hard stuff. But in saying that, I reckon if I put twin diff locks in that and took the canopy off, I don't think there's any reason why it couldn't do the stuff that the 80 series is doing. I have seen videos of like Hiluxes on 33s twin locked on 6-stage and stuff like that. Like, it's definitely possible, it's just not normal. So people don't really do it. Obviously, solid axle cars are going to do it way better, but there's no reason you can't set up an IFS car for doing hard stuff. But yeah, if I was going to have just one car, I'd probably go with the Hilux if I didn't already own the 80 series, because I'm not selling that, so I'd get rid of that. So I don't think that answers your question at all. But yeah, that's my answer. So our best trip. So, I mean, we've done so many that I love, that I loved. Morton was incredible. Simpson Desert, incredible. Even like when I went out to Flinders Ranges and did the Undata track with Sam in the 80 series, incredible. That was amazing. But I think for going like most memorable sort of fun tricks was probably the one we did before we went away to Cape York. So we had the 80 series in the snow with the canopy on and stuff. I just had it, like, it was all tuned up and it was running awesome. And it was supposed to just be a camping trip. So we were just going camping, and then it snowed a lot. And then they were like, oh, what should we do today? And I was like, oh, we could probably just go to Jamison Pub, and like we'll just go up over this mountain, get up into the snow and like drop down. It says it's an easy track, blah, blah, sounds good. Turns out it's only easy in the dry. It's full clay. So we're like full third gear, pinned, limited fashion for like the whole day, winching into the night, getting to camp at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Next day, go over Mount Skeen. This is the weekend before they close it down. The most snow I've ever driven in my life. Like, I almost staked my tyre on a road reflector because it was only sticking like this far out of the snow. So we're actually driving up on top of the snow, and it was like a metre deep. It was absolutely unreal. So I think that's probably my favourite trip I think I've ever done. And just cool people, everyone got along, and yeah, it was just good. Really, really enjoyed it. So I got a lot of questions about the Kenders as well. I don't know why, but the Kenders for some reason are like such a talking point on the internet at the moment. My honest opinion on them is, well, I haven't done any driving in the mud properly yet, but they're super chunky, so they're going to do extremely well. But yeah, rocks, completely fine. They seem to have heaps of grip in like loose dirt and stuff like that. And they're a cheaper tyre too. It's like, they're not a cheap tyre, but they are a lot cheaper than say like a Yokohama or something. They're like $100 cheaper, I'm pretty sure. On the road, they seem fine. I don't find them noisy, I don't find them slippery. But like I said, I haven't driven on them in the rain yet. But yeah, honestly, there's that many people that sent me messages saying how good they are and blah, blah. I think the Kenders are going to become one of the most popular four-wheel drive tyres around Australia at least. I reckon it'll probably be one of those things. They'll do really well, and then I reckon there's a good chance they'll just make them worth more money. And then people will start shopping around and trying different things. The same thing happened with Maxxis Razors years ago. They were a pretty affordable sort of tyre, so lots of people bought them. Everyone thought they were sick because they were really good on the road. And then they also started to increase their prices, and now Maxxis razors are quite expensive and stuff like that. So I would say the same thing's going to happen. So everyone will probably buy them, then they get expensive, and then people will stop buying them and then move on to something else that comes along. But so far, I love them. They're sick. Have you cut the guards on the Hilux to clear the tyres? No, thank God. So it's got a set of 33s on it, but we did the upper and lower control arms in it as well. And I think it's got a positive 10 or positive 15 rim on it. So they don't stick out very far at all. But combining that sort of offset with the arms and having a tyre guy like Nathan from Treadworks that actually knows what he's doing and can align the whole thing properly, you can manage to get the 33s far enough in front that you don't have to cut anything. I trimmed the inside of the mud flaps and that's it. So, because I still wanted mud flaps, so I just trimmed them instead of actually taking them off, because otherwise they get stone damage everywhere. But yeah, no body mount shop, no guard shop, just a little bit of trimming on the mud flaps, and that was it. Oh, we got a firewood question. So, what is your go-to log splitting axe? I run the Fiscus. I mean, you can't beat the Fiscus. Fiscus, anything is good. The hammer's good. The split is good. The axe is good. We all ran the axe for ages as a splitter, and then they brought out the actual like block splitter one, and it is unreal. It's got like anti-shock in the handle, and I feel like the timber just gets scared from how beautiful that log splitter is, that it just splits itself basically as it touches it anyway. So yeah, Fiscus all the way, absolutely love it. All right, off-road lenses, with probably the hardest question out of all of them. Where do you see yourself / Livin4X4 in 5 years? 5 years is a long time. I haven't really thought about it at all. Just sort of seeing how it all goes. I'm still just trying to keep it fun. It's really hard to try and balance that sort of thing with like normal work and still having a life and doing all the living stuff, because all the living stuff, honestly, it has become an actual job, but the only problem is we don't make money from it. So it's sometimes, a lot of the time it is very hard to come home after working a long day and then work all night, editing and stuff. I think I would really like to, I'd really like to make some money, that would be good, but I'd like to make some money to put someone on to edit the videos would be great, because then I could film a lot more too, because half of it's filming and half of it's editing, and I don't like editing. I'm not a computer guy whatsoever. I struggle to send an email. So yeah, I find the editing quite hard to do. I think I'm getting better at it, but yeah, I would like to put someone on to do the editing. And yeah, that would probably be my like business goal sort of thing, because there's a lot more involved than just filming and editing, as I've been figuring out. So yeah, but that's probably, I mean, if that happened within 5 years, that'd be pretty cool. Or yeah, I don't know. I'd like to build a race car, but I don't have money to build a race car, so that'd be nice though, if we could do that. That would be sick. But yeah, I've probably been talking for way too long, and this is going to be the most cringiest thing for me to ever edit and put together, is just me sitting down in a wheelbarrow, looking at a camera in a shed at 9 o'clock at night. So, yeah, that'll probably do us. Thank you for everyone for sending in your questions though. I was actually quite blown away with how many we got. So, yeah, we got heaps. So I hope that sort of is like a broad sort of thing going over a lot of things, because a lot of them were similar. But anyway, I suppose just like shout out to you guys for all watching and supporting the channel. I mean, like everyone that buys a sticker or a jumper or anything, it still blows me away that people even do that. So I mean, the jumpers are pretty awesome. They're amazing. But yeah, thank you everyone for all your support over the whole time, I suppose, and sticking with me. But yeah, see you all at Melbourne 4x4 show. We'll be on the Fulcrum stand. All our stuff will be on sale. We'll be there all weekend. But I'm actually so pumped and excited for this year. I'm keen to see everyone. I know what to expect this year, so I'm not nervous. I'm just flat out excited. So if you want to come say hi, don't feel like you can't or whatever, because some people said that for some reason. I want to talk to you. So yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do, is talk about the car and all that. So come and say hi. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you didn't find it boring. I'm gonna go edit the most cringy video of my life, of me just staring at a camera in my shed talking at 9 o'clock at night. So I'm gonna go and do that, I guess, put that together, and then it's gonna be weird. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you guys there. That was a weird video.